I watch the moments slip through my hands like sand in the hourglass of us. Every second felt too fast, every promise turned to dust. I tried to hold you, tried to stay, the time just laughed and pulled away. The clock keeps moving, never ours, and love dissolves beneath its towers. I counted every heartbeat we lost, every word we didn't say. I reach for you in empty rooms, but the night just takes you away. You're the sand in the hourglass, falling too quick, too far, too fast. I grasp at memories I can't hold, a love that wasn't meant to last. Every grain reminds me of your face, every drift a quiet ache. I'm trapped in time we cannot own, watching love slip away. The sunlight finds your ghost in me, a shadow where warmth used to live. I trace the edges of your name, but the hours take all I give. I try to stop the tide of you, but sand refuses to remain. Every second without your touch is a wound that bleeds again. I whisper to the empty air, hoping you might hear, but the hourglass doesn't wait for us, it only holds our fear. You're the sand in the hourglass, falling too quick, too far, too fast. I grasp at memories I can't hold, a love that wasn't meant to last. Every grain reminds me of your face, every drift a quiet ache. I'm trapped in time we cannot own, watching love slip away. If I could turn the glass around, I'd keep you close, not let you go. But time doesn't bend for broken hearts, and the hourglass steals the show. I hold the emptiness of us, counting seconds in my chest. All that remains of what we were, the sand I cannot rest. I try to stop the falling grains, but they just slip right through. Every moment I could have had is lost in the hue. You're the sand in the hourglass, falling too quick, too far, too fast. I grasp at memories I can't hold, a love that wasn't meant to last. Every grain reminds me of your face, every drift a quiet ache. I'm trapped in time we cannot own, watching love slip away. So I stand with empty hands and watch the sand fall slow. Time doesn't wait, it never heals, but I'll remember you as it goes. The faucet drips like it's counting time. 1 second I can't outrun. Your cup is still by the window ledge, lipstick ghost half done. I rinse the plates we never finished, watch the water think everything's louder than it should be, except the silence in the sink. I thought noise would save me, space you left behind. But even running water can't drown out your absence tonight. There's silence in the scene where our laughter used to be. Bubbles rise and disappear like promises to me. I scrub the day off my hands, but your name won't let me blink. Some love doesn't shout when it leaves. It echoes as silence in the sea. I stand barefoot on cold tile, listening to the drain like it knows how to carry things off without leaving a stain. You ring never like the water, you leave it on the side. Now I wash around the memory like it still has a right. I keep expecting footsteps or a voice asking if I'm okay. But the house only answers in the language of delay. The silence in the sink where our laughter used to be. Bubbles rise and disappear like promises to me. I scrub the day off my hands, but your name won't let me blink. Some love doesn't shout when it leaves. It echoes as silence in the sink. Maybe someday I won't notice how empty the kitchen feels. I'll let the water run its course without asking what's real. But tonight every small routine feels heavier than it should be. Grief hides in ordinary places and waits quietly. I don't break the glass, I don't fall apart. I just stand here rinsing what's left of my heart. There's silence in the sea, and it knows me by name. It watches me clean up the mess without placing the blame. If you ever wonder where I am when the world starts to shrink, I'm standing in the after of us with silence in the sink. I turn the faucet off slowly, let the quiet settle in. Another night washed clean of us, another silence in the sink. I walk through rooms that never sleep, where shadows learn to move like me. The walls are bare, the hair's thin, every corner hides what used to be. Your voice still lingers in the dark, a hollow echo I can't contain. I reach for warmth that isn't there, and only touch the bones of pain. I thought dreams would keep me alive, but these are skeletons in disguise. They whisper all the things I lost and leave me staring at empty skies. These are skeletal dreams where love has no flesh, only bone. chasing ghosts that slip through hands in places I once called home. Every heartbeat feels borrowed, every breath a fragile scheme. I can't wake up from the night of these skeletal dreams. I try to fill the hollow halls with laughter I don't own. I hang your absence on the hooks of everything I've outgrown. The mirror shows a face I know, but the eyes are empty, hollow, thin. I'm living life inside a frame where your shadow always wins. I wanted light to guide me back, but the path is lined with broken things. All I see are frames of memory and the ghosts that morning brings. These are skeletal dreams where love has no flesh, only bone. I'm chasing ghosts that slip through hands in places I once called home. Every heartbeat feels borrowed, every breath a fragile scheme. I can't wake up from the night of these skeletal dreams. Maybe someday I'll rebuild from dust and echoes in the dark, but right now I live among the ribs of every faded spark. I don't scream, I don't fight, I just trace the lines of loss. Every empty frame reminds me how much this love has cost. I cradle shadows like fragile bones, counting pieces of the past. Somewhere beneath this haunted skin, I hope the hurt won't last. These are skeletal dreams where what we had is stripped away. I hold the outline of your touch and watch it slowly decay. Every heartbeat feels borrowed, every breath a fragile scheme. I can't wake up from the night of these skeletal dreams. So if you find me in the dark, don't try to pull me free. I'm learning to live among the bones of everything you left in me. I held you frozen in my hands, too scared to let the warmth arrive. I built my walls around your light, kept the frost so I could survive. You whispered hope through icy lips, tried to melt the fear I wore, but I was slow, I turned too cold and closed the door I can't ignore. I felt the seasons pass us by, spring arrived without our names. I wanted bloom, I wanted life, but I stayed inside the flames. I'm thawing out too late, watching summer fade away. You needed me in the sun, I stayed in the gray. Every touch I couldn't give, Snow was melted in the streets, but I'm still buried under white. I see your shadow in the sun, but it's fading with the light. I could have reached, I could have tried, but fear kept pulling me down. Now every smile you wear without me feels like a memory I drown. I counted heartbeats far too slow, watch the tide take you from me. I wanted warmth, I wanted us, but I stayed in my frozen sea. I'm thawing out too late, watching summer fade away. You needed me in the sun, I stayed in the gray. Every touch I couldn't give, every word I didn't say. I'm thawing out too late, and you're gone, and gone away. If love is fire, I was ice. If hope is air, I held my breath. I couldn't learn in time to rise. Now I just live in the regret. I see the warmth in strangers' eyes, but it's not yours, it's not the same. I stayed frozen while life went by, thawing out too late for your name. I can't rewind the clock, can't undo the frost I made. All I have are empty hands, and the chill that never fades. I'm thawing out too late, watching summer fade away. You needed me in the sun, I stayed in the gray. Every touch I couldn't give, every word I didn't say. I'm thawing out too late, and you're gone, gone away. So I walk through spring alone, feeling warmth I can't embrace. I wanted love, I wanted us, but I'm thawing out too late. Built this grief with careful hands, measured nights in quiet rooms, laid the foundation in your absence, brick by brick of missing you. Every hallway knows my footsteps, every wall has heard your name. I live inside what we became when love collapsed into the frame. I learned the weight of memory, how ceilings bow under regret. Some rooms were meant for laughter, now they echo what we never said. This is the architecture of sadness, designed to hold me when I fall. Load-bearing, lost in empty spaces, cracks that run from floor to soul. Just let the shadows pass. I'm surviving in the structure of a love that couldn't last. The windows face the wrong direction, letting light that feels too thin. Every door is locked from both sides, keeping everyone and everything in. I sleep beneath unfinished beams, dreams caught halfway to the sky. Even rest feels temporary. just make it safe to stand. If healing's demolition, I'm not ready for the sound. I need time to say goodbye to every room you still walk around. Maybe someday I'll let the light break through the boarded glass, but right now I need the shelter of a love that lives in the past. I'm not trapped here, I'm choosing this, a temporary place to stay. You don't rebuild overnight what took your hard years to make. This is the architecture of sadness, not pretty but it's strong, built to keep me breathing when the nights feel far too long. If joy returns, it'll knock first. I won't pretend I didn't ask. Until then, I'll keep standing in the architecture of sadness. So if you're looking for me now, I'm not lost inside the mess. I'm just learning how to live in what remains of us. Your name still bounces off the walls long after you've gone. I swear this house remembers you better than I do some nights. Every sound is oversized, every silence too proud. I whisper just to hear your ghost. The echo is louder now. I used to fear the quiet, now it follows me around. It says everything you didn't with a hollow sound. The echo is louder now than your voice ever was. It stays when I leave the room. It knows me better than us. I call out just to feel alive, but grief answers somehow. I never knew losing you would teach silence how to shout. The echo is louder now. I set a plate out by mistake, heard the clink and froze. Muscle memory betrays me in ways you'll never know. The clock keeps time like nothing broke, like love was just a phase. But every tick is a reminder of the things that stay. I thought time would soften this, would teach my heart to bow. But the more I learn to let you go, the louder it gets now. The echo is louder now than your voice ever was. It stays when I leave the room. It knows me better than us. I call out just to feel alive, but grief answers somehow. I never knew losing you would teach silence how to shout. The echo is louder now. sit with what's left of love and the echo it's found. I don't scream anymore, I don't ask it to leave. Some sounds are born from love and refuse to grieve. The echo is louder now, but I'm learning how to stay. Not every noise is an enemy. Some just wanna be heard this way. If you ever listen back for me, I'll be the sound you found. Not your voice in the distance, but the echo that stayed around. When the last word fades to nothing and the night knows how, what's left of you still answers me. The echo is louder now. We traced our love in straight lines, measured every touch, every glance. Angels sharp enough to cut curves that never had a chance. I thought we'd fit like pieces made, but the edges never met just right. Our circles turned into polygons, shadows in the fading light. I tried to calculate the space where you and I could stay, but no formula could save us, no theorem find a way. This is the geometry of a breakup, where hearts don't align, just bend. I'm counting sides and vertices, wondering where we end. Our lines diverge, our planes collide, no symmetry remains. I'm left with angles sharp and cold, the geometry of pain. Drew your face in dotted lines, hoping gaps could make you mine. But every sketch was incomplete, every shade too misaligned. Parallel hearts that never touch, a distance no ruler could erase. I orbit the memory of you, but gravity forgot your face. I measured love in fractions now, split into pieces I can't combine. I keep trying to solve the proof, but X and Y don't intersect this time. This is the geometry of a breakup, where hearts don't align, just bend. I'm counting sides and vertices, wondering where we end. Our lines diverge, our planes collide, no symmetry remains. I'm left with angles sharp and cold, the geometry of pain. I wanted circles perfect and true, but we made polygons of dust. I wanted parallel forever, but forever turned to rust. I traced the shapes we couldn't hold, mapped the distance of goodbye, even angles left in the dark. fails, the proof is gone, but the lesson stays in line. This is the geometry of a breaker, where love is more than space can keep. I chart the sorrow, mark the loss, and count the angles as I weep. Our lights diverge, our planes collide, no symmetry remains. I'm left with shapes of empty hands, the geometry of pain. So if you find me in the quiet night, I'm just sketching what we were, a blueprint of what love could not hold, the geometry of a heartbreak blur. The phone lights up at 2 a.m., but it's never you anymore. I still know your number by heart, like a habit I can't ignore. My thumb hovers over your name, then I let the screen go dark. Funny how a single sound can break a fragile heart. I practice what I'd say to you if courage didn't run, but all I hear is empty space when the calling's done. This is the loneliest dial tone I've ever known, a sound that says I reached out but still came home alone. No goodbye, no last hello, just silence on the line. I'd rather hear you say it's over than this loneliest dial tone. Your voicemail still says leave a message, like you might listen someday. I talk to it like it's a door that hasn't locked all the way. I hang up before the beat, afraid of what I'd say. Some things hurt worse unanswered than hearing go away. Every ring feels like a promise, every click feels like a lie. I hold my breath between them, like hope hasn't learned to die. This is the loneliest dial tone, cold and undefined. It tells me you're still out there, just not on the other side. I trade every broken night, every wrong I've known, just to hear your voice again instead of this loneliest dial tone. If love is just a frequency we lost along the way, then I've been screaming into air while you tune me out to static break. I rewind old conversations just to hear you breathe. Funny how the past still answers when the present won't speak. This is the loneliest dial tone. It fades but doesn't end, like calling someone you still love who's no longer your friend. One day I'll stop dialing your heart and learn to let it go. But tonight I'm holding the phone, listening to the loneliest dial tone. The line goes dead, the screen goes black. I set it down alone, still wishing silence sounded less like the loneliest dial tone. The window still opens the same way, but the light feels out of place. Morning shows up like it always did, just missing your face. I stand where we used to stand, counting rooftops, counting time. The world keeps moving forward, but it left us behind. I thought the view would heal me, give me something new, but everything looks different when it's seen without you. This is the view without you, wide open and thin. All the beauty feels unfinished now that you're not in it. I see the horizon stretching out, but I don't know how to choose. Every place I ever loved is the view without you. The street below still hums at night, same songs, different cars. I watch strangers living their lives under unfamiliar stars. We said we'd grow old watching this from this same old floor. Now the skyline holds our promises like it doesn't know what for. I keep waiting for your shadow to cross the glass again. Some habits don't end when love does, they just learn how to bend. This is the view without you, wide open and thin. All the beauty feels unfinished now that you're not in it. I see the horizon stretching out, but I don't know how to choose. Every place I ever loved is the view without you. Maybe someday I'll see this place and feel okay alone. Let the skyline mean something else, make this view my own. But tonight I let the silence sit, let it tell the truth. I don't hate the world outside, I just miss it with you. I don't close the blinds at night, I let the city stay. It's easier than pretending, I don't wish you'd stay. This is the view without you, still beautiful, still blue. The beauty doesn't hold me like it used to with you. I keep standing at the window like there's nothing else to do, but I out to live inside the view without you. If you ever look out somewhere at a sky we both once knew, know I'm standing here remembering the view without you. I came here when the leaves let go, when daylight learned to leave me too. The road was quiet, soft with frost, every step was something new. I packed my hope in shallow breath, left my summer far behind. I needed somewhere hearts can rest when they run out of light. Cold doesn't ask me who I was, it lets me be what I am now. No promises, no forward plans, just staying warm is enough somehow. This is the wintering ground, where the hurricanes settle down. I don't have to heal or grow, I just have to stay around. I lay my weapons in the snow, I stop pretending I am found. I'm not lost, I'm waiting here in the wintering ground. The nights are long but honest here, they don't rush me toward the dawn. I talk to silence like an old friend, it listens till the fear is gone. My breath comes out in little ghosts, proof I'm still alive somehow. Every ache slows to a hum when nothing's chasing me now. I used to measure worth in miles, in how far I could run. Now I count the ways I stayed when leaving felt like the only one. This is the wintering ground, where the broken don't pretend. No grand rising from the ashes, just resting till the bend. I don't need spring to promise me that this will all turn out. I just need one more quiet night wintering ground. They say the cold will kill the flame, but it taught me how to last. A smaller fire burns much longer than the ones that burn too fast. If hope returns, it will be slow, like light across the snow. I'll recognize it when it comes. I don't need it to show. I forgive myself for stopping, for choosing still instead of brave, for building shelter out of days I barely had the strength to say. This is the wintering ground, where I'm allowed to be unsure. Not healed, not whole, not moving on. Just breathing is the cure. When the thought comes, I'll feel it first, in places I thought were gone. Until then I will remain in the wintering ground. So if you're looking for me now, I'm not lost, I'm not afraid. I'm just somewhere hearts go quiet before they're brave again. Your side of the bed stays untouched, like I'm saving it for you. The sheets still fold the way you left. Every wrinkle tells the truth. Asleep on the edge of the mattress, afraid to cross that line. There's comfort in the empty space where your heartbeat used to lie. I tell myself it's temporary, just one more restless night. But the morning never asks about you, it just lets in the light. The unmade side of the bed still knows your name. It holds the weight of our last goodbye, like it's something to save. I reach out in my sleep sometimes, then pull my hand back instead. Some love stays exactly where you left it, on the unmade side of the bed. Pillow smells like yesterday, like a promise we forgot. I turn it over, then turn away, 'cause remembering hurts a lot. The clock keeps time without mercy. The ceiling learns my stare. I memorize the cracks above me, like answers live up there. I practice letting go in pieces, a habit I haven't learned. I keep your space like an open door. I'm too afraid to burn the unmade side of the bed. get something to save. I reach out in my sleep sometimes and pull my hand back instead. Some love stays exactly where you left it, on the unmade side of the bed. Maybe someday I'll smooth the sheets, let the past lie flat. But tonight I need the evidence that we once were that. I'm not ready for a tidy ending or a bed that's fully mine. I'd rather ache in the silence than erase every sign. I don't cry when I wake up now, I just stare and breathe. Some losses don't break loudly, they quietly leave. The unmade side of the bed is teaching me how to stay. Not everything abandoned is gone, some things just drift away. I close my eyes and hold the dark where your shadow still is spread. I loved you in the smallest ways. The unmade side of the bed. When sleep finally finds me and the night softens instead, I'll still feel you beside me on the unmade side of the bed. These walls of hurt I whisper at 2 in the morning light. They kept our secrets breathing through every fragile night. I lean back like I used to, right where your shadow stayed. The paint still holds our laughter, even though it's chipped away. I tried to talk to strangers, tried to rearrange the room, but nothing forgets you faster than silence in a tomb. These are the walls that remember everything I try to forget. They echo your name in corners I haven't escaped yet. I cover them up with pictures, but they see right through my lies. Some love doesn't leave the building, it just learns how to hide. There's a crack above the doorway where we mark the years go by. I touch it like a scar now, a timeline of goodbye. The couch still dips in your shade, like the past won't let me breathe. I live between what's still here and what I need to leave. I thought new paint would save me, change the color of the pain, but memory bleeds through drywall no matter what you name. These are the walls that remember everything I try to forget. They echo your name in corners I haven't escaped yet. I cover them up with pictures, but they see right through my lies. Some love doesn't leave the building, just learns how to hide. Maybe one day I'll move away, let these rooms belong to time. But tonight I sit and listen to the way you're still mine. Not in touch or conversation, not in any way that's fair, just in echoes and impressions that refuse to disappear. I don't ask the walls to forgive me or tell me how to cope. They just stand there holding us like a fragile fading hope. These are the walls that remember who I was when you stayed. They watched me learn to love you, then watched it decay. If I ever stop missing you, they'll still know the truth. Some love doesn't leave the building, it stays built into you. So when the house finally falls quiet and the night begins to end, these walls will still be standing, remembering us, my friend.